I love creating with angels. Do you? If so, come along with me for a rustic shabby angel crafts today. Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Emily's Upcycled Home. So this cutie patootie has been sitting in my boutique for a while. It hasn't sold, so I thought we can give her a little bit of a transformation. Although I love the little pink and vintage vibe, I need it to go. So let's go ahead and come in with some Dixie Belle gardenia and give her a thorough coat. For the second coat, you guys, I'm going to come in with a stipple motion just to give it a little bit of texture to our piece. I didn't quite make that onto the video, so I just want to let you know for that second coat what I did. So here's the finished result, and then we're going to go ahead and come in with Rust-Oleum clear sealer, and we're going to go ahead and seal her all up with a thin spray of that sealer. Let this dry thoroughly before you kind of move her. Bringing in these vintage books in a tan shade, I am going to create a beautiful vignette to put into my boutique. And I'm going to come in with some muslin fabric here and just bind these books together, tie them in a cute knot and a bow as well. There's so much to books, and especially vintage books, that bring in so much texture to your home decor, as well as that rustic vibe and vintage looks. With two little white roses, I'm going to embellish this up, and you see that candle ring. I went ahead and cut it just so that my little ceramic vessel here or angel can lay flat on my surface and not worry about it tipping over so easily. I know it doesn't fit perfectly around the angel, but it gives me the look that I was going for. I also want to come in and add a paper element, bringing in a little rustic tag, hitting up all the edges of my luggage tag here with some distress inks, coming with my black archival ink, and stamped a little scripture saying on it. I'm going to tuck this into the edge here with some floral wire, and of course you guys will come in, finish this off with a button after we arrange all these leaves to cover up the stems. Now here's our before, you guys. Now let me know, do you like the after better than the before? I think this came out so adorable, and in the boutique, you guys, you'll get all the little goodies that we put together here, those two books included. All you do to shop my boutique is mark sold in the comments, send me your address as well as your email to get an invoice, and that's it. I work it kind of like a live auction on my Facebook, but let me know what you think of this one. Once again, that's Emily's Upcycled Boutique over on my Facebook page. Answer the few questions and shop your heart out. For our next piece, I found this ceramic vessel here in my stash. So we're going to come back in with that Dixie Belle gardenia, and we are going to give this a thorough coat here of that paint. Now I'm just going to go ahead and get all the edges, the base, as well as into those textures of this piece. And you can see the white or the gardenia already pulls out that beautiful design that's on the pot. I'm going to come in with my little sander here, and then we're going to lightly distress it. I don't want a heavy distress here, but I do want some distressing. So I'm going to come in with these moldings here by IOD and my DOS air dry clay. Now this is the brooch, IOD brooches mold, and you can get that with my affiliate link. I think it's still available, but I'm not quite sure if this was a limited release one or not. I go ahead, fill up that little brooch design into with our clay here, and I like to give it a light dry on the top, so when I come in and paint up my clay, it's not so fragile. It has a little bit of solidness to it as I paint it. I'll come in with some wood glue here and glue this onto my container. Now I had originally had a different thought to this, but then I came in with the Angelic Tapers mold, also from IOD, and I just want to fill in that top little angel section where her wings are and kind of taper down into where the little crystal or a little hangy piece is. I'm going to go ahead and finish smoothing this out to where I want it. And you guys, working with clay is simple. You just pull out the mold, place it on, and if anything breaks, just kind of glue that black into place. Go ahead and trim her up. And once again, I'm attaching all this with that same Gorilla wood glue that I have in my stash. Make sure you get that glue all the way to the edges of your molding. And you see here, her little head fell off, but you just piece that together. It will dry perfectly fine, you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and let this dry for 24 hours. It probably will still need some more drying time, but we're gonna let that set. So I came in the next day and I did put a coat of fusion casement on the base and then the second coat on the angel as well. And then I want to come in with the antique wax here and we're going to fill in our angel, giving her a little bit more age and distressing here. Now, sorry, I'm over here in the corner. My camera kind of fell, but here's a better picture here, just layering up that mold with our antique wax. Now, once I wipe that off, I realize this is way too dark. So I come back in with that casement color and then I lightly layer into that molding here. And I like to go light and then go darker, add more paint as I go. It gives you a little bit more control over the paint and the highlighting and the depth that you add to your molding, because you can manipulate your paint with adding more paint in areas, go less paint in other areas to create this variation and layered look that we're gonna get here. And with that same wax, I go ahead and add a little variation onto the pot here, lightly adding it to the top area, a little darker, coming in around the pot and then to the base as well. So I saved some of my coffee grounds here. These are used and I went ahead and let them dry. I come in with a generous amount of some Mod Podge here and I go ahead and layer in that coffee grounds into that Mod Podge. Now once I have this all filled, I'll come back in with a rag and kind of just do a tapping method here just to make sure everything is pushed into that Mod Podge. And you can let this first layer thoroughly dry. I did not. I went ahead and came in with my dryer, gave it a little help, and then came in with a second layer of Mod Podge, layered that all around the top layer just to hold everything into place, give it a little bit of a protective layer, and then came back in with my dryer. And now I decided this piece needed a Christmas tree. So I came in, or a pine tree, because you can put this out for winter or you can decorate the tree as a Christmas display as well. But just for the winter display, I think it's a great look here. I added a little hot glue just to hold everything into place. And then here is our beautiful little rustic shabby tree here with that beautiful angel mold that we even layered up with two different moldings, you guys. I think this old pot got a beautiful transformation. And for you shabby chic lovers, I think this is a beautiful Christmas winter display. But you guys let me know what you think down in those comments. What did you think of that layered mold look? If you enjoy my content, I would love for you guys to be part of my YouTube family by hitting that subscribe button as well as that notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. I thrifted this frame a while ago. It's been sitting in my stash, so it's time to upcycle it. And it's a beautiful frame as is. It's a great quality one with that thick surface and all that beautiful decor or design around it. But first we want to give this a thorough cleaning. I'm rubbing some alcohol on my rag and then wiping off the surface. I'll go ahead and let this dry thoroughly before I start painting. And then we have this cute little angel I also found in my stash, and we're going to combine these two together and make one unified look, coming in with Dixie Belle's drop cloth here and add 2 coats of paint onto our frame, making sure that you get into all of that filigree and detailing of the frame. Go ahead and let this thoroughly dry. Once you have that dried up, I want to add a little bit of distressing here. I do not want to be heavy-handed here or make it extra chippy, just a light distressing to bring out some of that gold undertone here, making sure I come in with a soft piece of sandpaper so you don't have scratches in your distressing. You want a smooth distressed look to this piece. To add texture to our little angel, I am coming in with the stippling motion with that same Dixie Belle drop cloth color, and once again using that stippling motion, which builds texture to your piece, adding a little bit more variation and dimension. Thoroughly dry your first coat and then layer up your second coat as well. Now that we have both of our pieces done and all painted up, I'm coming in with Rust-Oleum matte sealer and sealing both pieces, drying those up thoroughly, and then with some Gorilla Glue, I'm going to add that to the back surface of our angel and then attach that to our frame here. You want to let this set for 24 hours, and I'm also going to come in and clamp this so that it doesn't move, and I have pressure against both surfaces here for that glue to properly seal. So after the 24 hours, I took off the clamp, and this is what we're left with our little angel attached to our cute frame. So I want to come in with these little roses here, and these are some dried faux floral roses. And of course, I love the shabby, so I want to bring in some of that pink shade. And I just love these roses, and I found these actually on Temu. So if you want to go check that out, they're sometimes there, sometimes they're not. So I'm going to go ahead and just tuck these into the little gaps between the frame and the angel. I'm not going to glue them in just in case somebody wants to take them out, but we're going to go ahead and add them at the bottom as well, pushing in further the rosebud so that there's a shorter gap on the bottom. So once I arrange those the way I want, I think that looks adorable. What do you guys think so far? And then I want to come in with a bow right there, but I want to add a little bit more of a vintage grungy vibe with the bow. So I come in with this little, I don't know, pinstripe blue. I come in with some lace and as well as that coffee stain muslin that I use in most of my bows. And we are just going to do loops here. You can make your loops as big as you want, depending how big you want your bow. Now come in with that muslin fabric as well. And then lastly, I don't know what this is. It's just a striped fabric. I coffee stained it and it has a little grunginess to it and a little blue stripe. And I thought that would be cute just to add that vintage element to this piece. But if you want it totally shabby chic, you can obviously come in with just a white look here. I'm going to go ahead and trim off any of the excess, arrange my bow how I want it, and then we'll go ahead and attach it to our frame with those lace pieces that are thicker. I kind of gave them a little bit of a dovetail look, and then I'm just trimming off whatever I don't want. So once I have my bow the way I want, I'm going to add it here. I think that looks cute, you guys, but let me know, would you have went with the totally white bow? And we're just going to attach all this with some hot glue. And then, of course, you guys, I'm going to finish it off with the button. But I want to come in with a rusty button here. Add a little bit of variation of color and depth to that bow here. So glue everything on, you guys, with just some simple hot glue. Now, remember, these will be glued to those roses. So the roses and the bow can come out, just slide out, and then finish it off with that button. Now I made this to lean, but you can always add some kind of hooks on the back. And the last thing, you guys, I'm going to come up with some Dixie Belle gold gilding wax. And we're going to do a little bit of gold on our angel, just highlighting her to match in with the distressing of our frame that exposes those little gold elements. And I think this just brings the frame all together. And I think this will look beautiful with layered up with some other frames, maybe bring in some wood frames, you know, variations of height. But you guys let me know what you think of this one, because she is all done. I think it's a cutie patootie. And of course, I layered it up with some vintage books there. But I just love this piece and how it came out. But you guys, once again, let me know down in the comments what you think of these projects and what would you have done differently, if anything. To shop more Fusion, IOD, and Dixie Belle products, please use my affiliate link to Julie's Design and Signs down in that description. It's a one-stop shop with supplies, home decor, and floral as well, with a $9 flat rate shipping, you guys. Save and reuse my link and help my channel here on YouTube. Thank you all for your support. So in my stash of stuff, I also found this wooden heart. So I thought we can go ahead and give it a makeover and add some little shabby chic angels and maybe make it an ornament for your tree or to hang on a peg holder. But I did come in and try to add a molding onto the using my hot glue gun. My glue gun wasn't hot enough, so it didn't really work out. So if you see all that texture on there, that's what happened there. And then we're going to come in with the new IOD stamp here, and you can use my affiliate link down in the description to shop your products for IOD. And in this new stamp set, there is a angel in there, so I thought we'll go ahead and use my archival ink in black and add that angel to our piece here. Go ahead and firmly just press that in, making sure you hold one finger down just so that the image doesn't move. And look how cute she looks on this little heart here. I actually have some of these foil transfers from last year's release in Christmas time, during that time. So we're going to go ahead and come in and use these foils and just embellishing some wording here. And the foil, you just do it the same, like you rub on your transfer and then you have your wording stuck to it. With a thin ballpoint pen or ink pen, I come in and write "Oh Holy Night" on the base of the piece, thickening those strokes on a downward motion on each letter, just making it stand out more. And when I come in, I do sand everything just a tad, just so that everything doesn't look so perfect here. Come back in with that same foil paper from the last Christmas season by IOD and add a little bit of more gold script to our cute little heart. Now I'm thinking here that she needs a little bit of color maybe added to her, so let's see what we can do by bringing in maybe some little rosy cheeks on her. But first, let's go ahead and give her a sanding. This is where I told you I sanded. I went over the angel piece as well and my wording just to like fade it out just a little bit. Come in with gold gilding wax by Dixie Belle and add some of that gold highlighting into her headband, into her wings, and around the edges of our heart as well, just bringing in that gold from that wording that we added onto the cute little heart as well. Went a little deeper on those little grooves here on the edge of our heart, just so it stands out a little bit more and you can see the shape of the heart a bit more too. I add some coffee stained muslin as my strip to hang on your tree or to hang on your pegboard. And then we'll go ahead and continue on. Like I said, I wanted to add a little color, so I put some rose pink from our Distress Oxide ink onto her little cheeks and then wrapped it around the shape of our heart, blending it all in together. I also came in with some green ink from our Distress Oxide as well and went in and feathered that into the cute little leaves that were on the base of her arms. Just reminded me of those pictures, those old vintage pictures that have those highlights of color with that black and white background. Sealed everything up with Rust-Oleum spray sealer, and then of course came in with some roses that I got off of Temu and layered those up into our heart and adding some cute little elements of floral. I came in with our coffee stained muslin once more and just made loops into a cute rag bow for our finished embellishment here. I go ahead and tie a wire in the center, binding that all together. And then of course it's not a finished project without a cute little button as well. So I went ahead and glued that to the center and to the little florals there. And then at the end I decided to go ahead and dovetail those edges, making the strip shorter as well. I didn't want it to cover up all our decorated design that we did with our little angel. I added that button, but then decided to come in also with a cute little metal key with a little bit of that turquoisey highlight against that gold. Added that to our heart here, and then this cute little project is finished. I think this would look adorable in the tree, but here's our before, just a simple wooden heart you can get at Hobby Lobby into a beautiful little shabby chic angel decor piece. And you can put this up on a peg holder in your tree. Like I said, I just think it's a cute layered piece with those roses and the cute little shabby bow. But you guys let me know what you guys think of this project down in those comments. So this project as well was in my stash, and I didn't like the way this came out with the wording and everything from that paint inlay. It didn't quite make it for me. So I decided to come in and let's do a little similar piece here to match our cute little heart as well. So I just made a simple tag as you see here, bringing out that pink. And if you notice this bottle, I tried to put that same foil imaging on there, but I didn't quite like how it looks. It doesn't stand out. It doesn't do anything for this cute little piece. So I'm just going to come back in with that same Dixie Belle drop cloth, and we are going to layer up this hot mess that I just created using my heat tool to dry everything up. And you notice I add some of that little pink as well onto the top little fabric piece that I have wrapped around the lid. Placing that angel back into our archival ink, I go ahead and stamp our bottle, wrapping that angel around the bottle and making sure I don't move one finger so that nothing shifts on me. And then look at her cute little face on that bottle again. I go ahead and repeat the process of adding the cute little rosy cheeks, the little green leaves at the base. And then we also come in with that gold gilding wax by Dixie Belle to bring in those gold accents. I decided to come in with one of those roses. And then I think this little cute piece is finished. So you guys, once again, simple transformation here, but I think it did wonders. Here's the before and here's the cute little after. I think this gave it a beautiful little look. I just love that angel stamp. She's just so adorable. You can even completely paint her, do all of it over and then re-stamp that stamp on top. That will look cute too. And here is the piece all together. I think this is a cute little combination. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell on the way out. For more crafting inspiration, come follow me over on Facebook as well as on TikTok. Give me a follow at my Crafting with the Hot Mess Express group page for more crafting events. And I'll see you guys all on the next one. Thank you guys all for watching. Bye, friends.